Sir, good evening, sir. Welcome to the meeting.
Pushpa ma'am, is it audible for you? Pushpa
Yes,
ma'am?
ma'am. Yes, yes.
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, start பண்ணுவோமா? Pushpa ma'am, Anita ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sir, ready இருக்காரா? Mallikarjun
Yes,
sir.
he's already there.
I'm asked to, sir.
Dr. Mallikarjun sir.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible. Shall we
Yeah.
start, sir?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, sir. So let's start this session, dear participants. Good evening, respected resource person, esteemed participants, and dear colleagues. I'm delighted to welcome you all the third day of our faculty development program on innovative applications of mathematics in real world challenges. We have had a fantastic start so far with many insightful sessions for the past 2 days. Today also, we are looking forward to yet another engaging and enriching session. Let's make this evening inspiring and full of knowledge. Wishing you all a great session. To begin this session, I would like to invite Dr. Anita Florence Vinola, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, to deliver the welcome address for today's session. Ma'am, kindly take the virtual podium.
Ma'am, thank you for the invitation. Good evening, all present here. Statistics is the grammar of science, said by Carl Pearson. Just as grammar gives structure to language, statistics gives structure to knowledge, guiding us from raw data to meaningful insights. Today, we are truly privileged to have with us an eminent statistician whose contributions and expertise bridge the gap between theory and real world applications. I'm happy to introduce our today's chief guest, Dr. P. Mallikarjuna Rao, Professor, Head of the Department of Mathematics, Rahu Engineering College, Visakhapatnam. Sir is having 26 years of teaching experience as a lecturer, senior lecturer, assistant professor, and professor at different engineering colleges. He tasked with teaching all mathematics courses of undergraduate and postgraduate engineering students for different programs. He published more than 10 articles in reputed and international journals. He completed 4 NPTEL online certification courses from IITs and ranked among the top 2% on probability and statistics in the year 2023. His achievements: he actively participated in more than 40 national and international seminars, workshops, and conferences, and he gave the invited talks. He is confident and ability to work as a team. Now, I over this session to our experienced and dynamic Dr. Mallikarjuna Rao to deliver his presentation on real-life applications of hypothesis testing in undergraduate teaching. Welcome you, Professor.
Thank you very much, ma'am, for your eloquent and inspiring welcome address. Now it's my privilege to invite our esteemed resource person Dr. P. Mallikarjuna Rao to enlighten us with his expertise talk on real-life applications of hypothesis testing in undergraduate teaching. Sir, we are honored to have you with us today and looking forward to gaining valuable insights from your expertise. Dr. P. Mallikarjuna Rao, sir, please kindly take the virtual floor and enlighten us with your knowledge.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Alden Jiva, ma'am. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Yeah. Good evening to everyone. I hope you are all doing well. It's wonderful to connect with you virtually today. Even though we may be in different places, we are together in this learning space. I think the organizers for arranging this faculty development program and giving me the opportunity to interact with such a distinguished group of teachers. FDBs like this remind us that as educators, we never stop learning. Before we begin, could you please type yes in the chat box if you have ever used statistics outside the classroom, maybe in research, maybe in administration, or even daily decision making. Please type yes in chat box. Okay, thank you for your response. In the next 60 minutes, we will look at the real world applications, solve a few problems step by step in Excel, in Minitab, and discuss how to bring these ideas into our classrooms. Every time we decide whether a new teaching method is effective or whether our students are performing better than last year, we are unknowingly doing a hypothesis testing. Am I correct or not? In our regular teaching. Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes, yes.
Every time we are testing whether we are doing better to our students or not, every time we are testing. Okay. Now I will start my session with that point of statement. Okay. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir, visible to everyone,
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
In this FTP, today I am going to present real-life applications of hypothesis testing in undergraduate teaching. Myself, Mallikarjun, I am working as a professor and head Department of Mathematics, Raghu Engineering College, Visakhapatnam. Basically, hypothesis testing is nothing but it is a structured way to decide if there is any differences or effects observed in data are real or due to chance. That means whenever we want to take any decision, basically we go for what? We go for testing. It is a structured one. Basically, it is consisting of 5 steps. That's what in general we call it as a 5-step procedure for testing of hypothesis. This is a tool in statistics. So many tools are available in statistics. Among those, one of the tool is testing of hypothesis. Whenever we want to take a decision related to anything, okay. For that, we always follow a systematic approach, which is consisting of several steps. In general, we always follow 5-step procedure. That 5-step procedure basically consisting of various statements. While coming to the first and foremost step is nothing but a null hypothesis. Basically, I hope most of them know what is a hypothesis and different kinds of hypothesis. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Basically, we even though we are mathematicians, but we come across this kind of statements because we will take a few courses which are related to statistics. That's what you people know what is a hypothesis. Okay. Basically, hypothesis is nothing but a statement. It is classified into two. One is null hypothesis, and the second one is alternative hypothesis. Null means no difference. That means initially we are assuming that whatever is under consideration, initially there is no difference between the observed, that means real, and the expected. There is no difference. Initially we assume like that. There is an assumption. Okay, that assumption initially we call it as null hypothesis. Then whatever intention in our mind, that means regarding which we want to take a decision. Based on that, we are going to write a statement that in general we call it as alternative hypothesis. It is also called as research hypothesis. These are the incorporated in step 1 and step 2 of that 5-step approach. First step is nothing but null hypothesis. In general, we granted it as no difference, and it is denoted with a symbol that is H naught. H naught is nothing but null hypothesis. And whatever second step we constructed, that is an alternative hypothesis. It is also called as a research hypothesis. That means whatever problem in our hand, based on that only we are going to write the statement that is nothing but the alternative hypothesis. In general, it is denoted with H1 or HA. And the third step is nothing but whenever we want to take a decision, we always take a particular level of significance. That means at a particular level, we are going to take a decision. It may be 5%, it may be 1%, at the most 10%. The meaning for level of significance is nothing but a probability of type 1 error. Okay, that means again, while taking decisions, sometimes we come across errors. That means instead of accepting, we reject, then it leads to an error. Basically, those errors we call it as sampling errors. Even though it's tightly sampling error, but they will come across while taking the decision. Okay. Basically, they are of two types: type 1, type 2. Type 1 error is nothing but probability of rejecting null hypothesis when it is true. That means even though it is true, but we are rejecting that hypothesis, then it leads to an error. That error probability, that error we call it as type 1 error. Next, while coming to type 2 error is nothing but accepting H naught when it is false. Even though it is false, but we are accepting that knowingly or unknowingly. That means that leads to an error. These are the errors which will creep while taking decisions. Okay, its probability, that means probability of type 1 error is nothing but a level of significance. That means whenever we want to take any decision, we always fix a certain level. For example, if you are testing at 1% level, that means we are confident at 99% out of 100, but we are having a dilemma at that 1% level. That means 99% we are accepting, but we are having a small dilemma with that particular small portion, that is 1%. That is the meaning for this level of significance in general. Okay, and while coming to the fourth step, we are going to construct test statistic based on whatever parameter or parameters. That means in statistics, parameter is nothing but a statistical constant calculated for population, whereas statistic is nothing but a statistical constant calculated for a sample. That in general we call it as a statistic. Statistic related to sample and parameter related to population. Based on that parameter only, we are going to write initially a statement without any difference or no difference. That we call it as null hypothesis. Against to that or alternate to that, keeping our intention, whatever intention in our mind, By combining these two, we are going to write another statement that is nothing but alternative. It is also called as a research hypothesis. Okay. Anyhow, while coming to the fourth step, based on whatever parameters we are having, or which are under consideration, based on that, we are going to construct a hypothesis, construct a test statistic. Okay. In statistics, basically, we are having a parametric and non-parametric. In today's session, I'm going to deliver based on only parametric. In parametric, again, there exist several. I hope a few tests are visible on the screen. They are Z test, T test, chi-square, ANOVA. These are the various tests, various parametric tests. Based on these, we are going to discuss in today's session. Okay. While coming to the last step, that means fifth step, we are going to take a decision based on whatever level we fixed in third step, and also whatever be the alternative hypothesis. Basically, the alternative hypothesis may be one tail or maybe two tail. One tail means it covers a part of the population. Two tail means it covers entire population. While coming to the symbolic representation for this, one tail means it is in terms of either greater than or less than. Two tail means it is in terms of not equal. That means if you go through the first and foremost step, it is null hypothesis. That means null hypothesis is nothing but no difference. No difference means in general that statement symbolically represent with equality sign. If there is any difference, then it is nothing but not equal. If there is a positive difference or negative difference, they will come under one tail. That means in general they are symbolically represent with either greater than or less than. If it is less than or greater than, then that comes under one tail. If it is not equality type, then it comes under two tail. Based on the level of significance as well as the type of the alternative hypothesis, at the end, that means in fifth step, we are going to take a decision keeping whatever value we obtained in fourth step from the test statistic, which is constructed based on what? Based on whatever parameters which are under consideration. At that stage, that means while taking decision, there exist a few things we have to consider. If you are using any statistical software, then from that we are going to get p-value. Actually, manually finding p-value is a bit difficult. That's what whenever we are manually dealing, that means manually testing. In that case, we are using the tables, concern tables. Those we call it as critical value tables. It may be Z tables if you are dealing with the Z test. If you are dealing with the T test, then we are using students T statistical tables. If you are using chi-square, then we are going to use chi-square tables. And if you are using analysis of variance, that means ANOVA, then we are going to use the concern table. That means Snetzer's F table. So we are going to use. And remember one more thing here on screen, you people are seeing these four. That means Z, T, chi-square, and ANOVA. Basically, in statistics, we are having two kinds of measurements. One is quantitative, another one is qualitative. Whenever the given one is, that means whatever data which is under consideration, that is a quantitative one, then keeping the some other assumptions in mind, either we can go for Z test or T test, as well as ANOVA, depending upon the available information as well as the requirement. Suppose if you consider any principal component analysis, nowadays the buzzword is data analytics and data science. That means whatever task we completed. From that, we are going to generate huge data. Based on that data, what are the components which are influencing that, where individually we are going to study. For that purpose, we go for analysis of variance as well as principal component analysis. That means individual components we are going to analyze. In all these cases, we go for ANOVA. Whereas if the given data is qualitative, that means categorical data, in that case, we go for chi-square. That means for testing, is there any association like that? Okay. These are the various examples at which we are going to take the decisions in a real life. These are the real life examples. If you consider evidence-based decision, that means suppose we are having a guesswork. Based on that, we want to take a decision. For that, initially we get the data. Okay. If you go through the example, it is very clear. A university checks if a new teaching method improves the student performance. That means earlier we are using several teaching methodologies. If you want to use any updated version, is it useful for the students or not? We want to check related to the student performance. Then we are going to get the data, earlier data, as well as after using this particular technique, we get the data and we are going to analyze these two and we are going to take a decision. Anyhow, for this, we are using t-test. Based on that, we are going to take a decision. Next one, risk management. It helps organizations balance between taking action and avoiding mistakes. That means whenever a particular organization wants to take a decision based on a particular drug or anything, that means in general, this is used in pharmaceutical industry. That means in clinical trials, based on clinical trials, the organization or the pharmaceutical organization take a decision whether that drug is released in market or not based on the test. That means either we can go for t-test. Again, in t-test, we are having based on the observations, if they are independent, then we go for one kind of test, and if they are dependent, then we go for another test. Okay, anyhow, we'll solve a problem, a real life problem under this in the next slide. While coming to the next one, comparison of alternatives. That means evaluates competing methods, products, or strategies. That means we are having an industry. That means industry is producing certain kinds of products by using a particular machine, and it is producing defectives. We want to update that machine with a new one for improving the quality as well as for reducing the defects. For that, also we are using that means for that also we want to take a decision. In that case also we are going to use testing of hypothesis. Next one, validation of assumptions. That means confirms or disproves assumptions with statistical evidence. We can easily get based on this example. If you consider any e-commerce site, that site wants to know, that means either these nowadays so many e-commerce sites are in our market. They wants to know whether the free delivery actually increases their sales or not. They wants to know. That means they want to validate whatever assumption they consider, whatever assumption in the sense that they are assuming that if you provide discounts or free delivery, it will improve the sales. For that, they want to take a decision. That means that decision is a validation of whatever assumption they consider. Their assumption is whatever discounts they are going to give, based on that the sales may increase. Okay. While coming to the next real life example, policy and planning. Governments and educators rely on hypothesis tests to shape policies. Whenever government wants to incorporate or wants to take a particular kind of scheme, they want to test the various things, whether that particular scheme is useful to the public or not. Once it is useful, then only they are going to. That's what whenever any scheme the government wants to introduce or wants to give to the public, initially they are they are going to study based on a small part that we call it as in general a pilot study. Based on that pilot study, if there exists any problems, if you consider for this, I want to give a real life example. In my state, the government wants to introduce free bus scheme for women who are residing in Andhra Pradesh state. For that, initially they conducted a small pilot project. Once it is successful, then only they introduced that particular scheme. That means in general, or most of the cases, government is doing like this only, then only they are going to introduce. If there is any failures, they want to rectify based on the available data, and that data is validated by using all these statistical techniques. Among these statistical techniques, the best one is nothing but the testing of hypothesis whenever we want to take a decision of this kind. Next, broad applications across various fields. If you consider education for evaluating teaching methods, we are having so many teaching pedagogies. Which one is best one? For that, we are going to take a decision based on the data. That means that data is related to our education sector. While coming to the next one, medicine, testing treatment effectiveness. Whenever we administer any drug to a particular society or particular kind of patients, then how that treatment is effective. That means, is it effective or not? For that also we are using this. Next, in engineering, comparing process improvements. That means almost all engineering sectors nowadays using all these statistical tools. Next one is nothing but business, studying customer preferences and product performance. For that also we are using testing of hypothesis. Next, bridging theory and practice in undergraduate teaching. That means how we are going to bridge between the theory and practice. Theory and practice in the sense, every time we are theoretically, first we are delivering a lecture based on theory. After that, we are implementing that theory in practice. For that, there exist several tools available. That means nowadays we are using Excel, Minitab, or SPSS, SAS. These are the various tools, by using those tools, we can bridge the gap, whatever gap in between theory and practice, that we can easily bridging between these two gaps. Next, connects classroom learning to real data. That means students move beyond formulas, apply tests on data sets. That means data sets in the sense, students data sets in the sense marks, surveys, lab results. Based on these, we can come to a conclusion which section students are, which subject, in which subject they got good marks. That means they are good at which subject. Such kind of decisions we can easily take, keeping this in mind. Next, promotes critical thinking. Students learn to question assumptions, set hypotheses, and verify claims with evidence. That means by using these also, that means by using testing of hypothesis, we can create a critical thinking in students. That means this is promoting the critical thinking in not only in students, in all in industries as well as in daily life also. We can think wherever we want to take a decision. Next, supports interdisciplinary learning. That means applications span engineering, medicine, commerce, social sciences. In all these fields nowadays, we are using statistics. Next, improves decision-making skills. Teaches evidence-based judgment, preparing students for industry and research. Simply by providing theory, the student may not get the practical knowledge. For that, we are going to use Excel, Minitab, or SPSS, this kind of statistical softwares. Then we can give more knowledge to them so that they can easily take decisions from that. Okay. Next, coming to the next one, engages students actively by doing all these things hands-on by using Excel, Minitab, or SPSS. Next. Now coming to a real life problem, compare lecture versus interactive teaching methods. Here we are having two groups. For one group, based on the lecture method, students got these marks. By interactive teaching, they got these marks. Now we want to apply testing of hypothesis for this problem by using Excel. Is the screen is visible? Excel sheet is visible? Hello.
Visible,
Excel?
sir.
Okay.
Okay.
If you go through this data, now we want to know, is there any difference between lecture and interactive for group A and group B? Now I am going to use the Excel approach for testing this. For this, if you go through file option, in that there exist options. By clicking on options, you will get one more menu. In that add-ins.
Sir, Excel is not visible, sir.
It is not visible?
Yes, sir, not visible, sir.
So it's lecture group A, interactive group B.
These two are visible?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
group A and group B visible, sir.
Now one more screen is pop-up screen is coming now. Is it visible or not? One more
That's not
screen.
No,
visible, sir.
It is not visible.
Yes, sir.
Okay. By using that approach, we can add a data analysis tool to our Excel sheet. By using that Excel sheet, that means I think is it visible to the extreme right topmost corner? Data analysis tab is visible now.
No, sir.
Not only problem is visible, sir.
Only problem
PPT
is
only. Yes, sir. PPT only visible.
okay. Now is it visible?
No, sir.
Now also it is not
No,
visible.
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Not visible, sir.
Data analysis tab is not visible.
Yes, sir. Not visible.
Okay. In Excel, by adding an add-on data analysis tool pack, so that now is it visible?
No, sir. That descriptive statistics. Again, PPT only visible, sir.
Now PPT is visible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That
Yes.
data analysis tool.
Tool pack. Okay.
Yes, sir.
If you click on that data analysis tab, which is come under Excel add-on in your Excel sheet. Okay. If you click on that data analysis tool pack, so that you will get one more pop-up window like this. In this, there exist several statistical analysis tools are coming. I hope you people are visible various tools here. ANOVA single factor, ANOVA
Yes,
two
sir.
factor.
Exponential smoothing, F
Yeah,
test.
correlation, covariance, descriptive statistics.
Yes, sir.
Exponential
Histogram.
smoothing. Okay, histogram.
Yeah.
So many statistical analysis tools are available under this data analysis tool pack. Whichever is suitable for that, we are going to use that particular tool in this analysis tool. By clicking on OK, you will get the next screen. Actually, I'm going to show all this, but you people are not visible. These, that's what I am explaining orally. Okay.
Yes, sir.
These are the basic steps. Once the data analysis tool pack is available in your Excel sheet, by clicking on that, then you will get several data analysis tools. Among those, keeping your requirement in mind. Here, our requirement is we are having 2 data sets. And remember one more thing. Basically, whenever we are testing any hypothesis, our concentration is whether the sample is taken from a population whose standard deviation is known or unknown. If the population standard deviations are unknown, then in general we go for T. If the population standard deviation or standard deviations are known, then in general we go for Z. Here only the data is given. Here we don't know these two are from which population and what is its standard deviation. It is unknown. That's what we are using. What we are using t-test. T-test is applicable whenever the population standard deviation or standard deviations are unknown. Here, that's what I have selected independent t-test in that drop-down menu, whatever is available under that Excel tool pack. In that, go to t-test two sample assuming unequal variances, because we are having 2 samples. Both are taken from a population whose standard deviation is unknown. That's what here we consider t-test. And we are assuming that they are of unequal variances, because if you know the standard deviation, then they are equal or unequal, then we come to a conclusion. But here it is unknown. That's what in general we consider they are unequal. That's what we have chosen this particular tool, that means t-test to sample assuming unequal variances. After that, in the same drop down menu, we get one more field. In that field, we have to provide the range of the first sample. Simply, if you go to that particular field and if you drag, then automatically it will consider the range. Similarly, for the second variable also, give its range. That means whatever be the data, enter the data. Enter in the sense, simply we are selecting the cell addresses to that particular field. After that, one more field is available in that. In that, hypothesized mean difference is equals to 0. That means initially we assume that there is no difference. That means both are having same mean value. That means it is equals to, that means the difference is 0. That's what we have to give 0 in that particular whatever field is available corresponding to that. After that, one more tab is available under that. In that labels, you put a tick mark in that. That means check that labels one. Under that, one more tab is available. It is related to level of significance. Alpha is nothing but level of significance. We already discussed about this initially. I have explained for 1%. Okay, that means whatever level, it may be 1% level, or it may be 5% level, or it may be 10% level. That particular value we have to provide here. Alpha is nothing but level of significance. Next one, under that level of significance, one more tab is available. In that, we have to provide the outrange. Do you want the output in the same sheet or any other sheet? That will prompt here output range. According to your selection, you will get that particular one. Okay. After that, I will show the output. Is this visible to everyone? Hello?
Sir?
Is Excel sheet is visible?
No, sir. Visible only for the data analysis tool pack steps only, sir.
This one is not visible.
Yes, sir.
T
Already
test
same
full
PPT
sample.
only visible, sir. Independent t-test. That's only visible, sir.
Now, which one is visible, ma'am?
Sir, that data analysis tool pack steps, that is the PPT, sir.
Oh,
Independent
okay.
t-test, lecture was interactive teaching.
Okay.
That only visible, sir.
Now, ma'am?
No, sir.
Sir, or else you go for screen sharing again.
Yes, sir. Close this one.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, 1
Close this
minute.
PPT
I
and share.
will stop sharing, then I will again. Now, is it visible, ma'am?
Yes, sir. Now it's visible, sir.
Okay.
That t-test only, sir. Two sample assuming unequal. Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
By following all those steps, we get the output like this. In this, we get mean of each and every group. That means here we are having two groups. For both the groups, we get its mean. Next one, its variances also we get. 15 observations we provided. and hypothesized mean 0. We already given that in a particular tab. Next, degrees of freedom. Degrees of freedom in the sense number of independent observations minus number of estimated parameters. It is also given by the Excel data analysis tool pack. After that, T-stat. T-stat means whatever systematic approach we initially discussed. That means 5-step procedure. In that, 4th step is nothing but construction of test statistic. By using that, we get this value. That means minus 8 point something. Here it will provide both one tail, two tail. One tail means if the alternative hypothesis is greater than type or less than type, then we are going to take a decision based on this value. And two tail, that means if the test is not equality type, then we go for this. That means based on this p-value, either we can take a decision, or based on this t-stat value, by considering the critical values. Critical values means table values. By comparing these two, that means if the t-stat value is less than or equals to whatever table value we get based on the available information, that means degrees of freedom, then we're going to accept the null hypothesis. Otherwise, we reject the null hypothesis. That means if you are rejecting null hypothesis means we're accepting alternative. That means there is a significant difference. Okay. If you are doing manually, then we are getting only t-stat value. These whatever p values are available, one tail and two tail, they are not available. They are a bit difficult to get these values. That's what in classroom teaching we never compute these values. We are considering only t-stat value and table values. Based on these two only, we take a decision. Whenever we use any tool, then we consider this p-value approach. Okay. Is this screen is visible to everyone?
Yes,
Hello?
sir. Pre-HR and
Pre-HR,
post-HR.
post-HR.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Here, this data is related to heart rates of particular set of patients before a surgery and after a surgery. We want to know how their heart rates are fluctuating. Here, whatever data we are having pre-post, that means before surgery, after surgery, from the same set of 15 patients. That means in this case, we go for paid t-test, because here the samples are taken from, that means whatever 80 to 75, these two heart rates are from the same patient. That's what this data is dependent data. In this case, we go for paid t-test. Again, by using that tool pack, by selecting that particular one, we can get this kind of result. Based on that, we are going to take a decision, because hello,
Sir?
ma'am, mini tab screen is visible to everyone?
Yes, sir. That t-test to sample assume
No. One more screen.
No, sir.
It is
We
also
have to
not.
close this screen, sir. Then only visible.
Okay, I am unable to share. Okay. One minute, I will check.
Sir, in share option, kindly share the entire video, sir. Not that particular PPT or particular Excel. Entire window. You have to share entire window, sir.
Yeah, I am sharing the entire window, ma'am.
Oh. Okay, sir.
Ma'am, which one is visible?
Sir, that t-test paired to sample for means.
Is it a PPT or Excel sheet is
Is it
visible?
an Excel sheet, sir?
Excel is visible. Okay, I am closing that.
Yes, sir.
Now, which one is visible, ma'am?
Now nothing, sir.
Nothing. Okay,
Yes,
I will
sir.
share. I will share.
Yeah, okay, sir.
Now?
Now that the PPT, sir, data
Okay.
analysis tool
Okay,
packs.
okay, okay, okay.
Yeah.
In this drop down menu, we get paid t-test that we are going to select for dependent samples testing. Okay. These are the steps we are going to follow in case of paid t-test if you want to do in Excel. Just like the previous one, here we have to provide the ranges of the variables after selecting t-test paid to sample for means from that drop down menu. Once we select this t-test paid to sample for means, then it will prompt for ranges of the input variables, first and second samples. After that, just like the earlier, we have to provide the hypothesized mean difference. In general, there is no difference because we always consider no difference. After that, if you provide the range with labels, then here in labels field, we have to put a tick mark. After that, choose a particular level of significance. That means alpha value you have to provide. Then provide the output range, whether you want in the same screen or you want in a new Excel. These are the options available under output range. Once you opt a particular one, then click on OK. Then you will get the output. Whatever output just now is shown for previous test, likewise we are going to get the output. This is for the second one. Whenever the data is related to categorical, that means qualitative. That means this kind of data is available. If you want to compare the gender and learning modes. Gender and learning modes, that means learning modes are online, offline, and gender, male, female. That means if you go through this data, the meaning for this data is nothing but 25 male members are online, 15 male members are offline, 30 females are online, 10 females are offline. Okay, this is the data from a particular class. Now we want to know, is there any association in gender and learning mode? For testing that, in general, we go for chi-square test. Actually, I want to show that, but here it is not visible to you people. That's what just I am theoretically explaining all this. Here, this is the given data for which we have to find the respective row totals as well as column totals. Keeping these row as well as column totals in mind, we have to get the expected counts. Whatever figures are given initially, they are nothing but the observed counts. For each and every cell, we have to get the respective expected count, keeping this formula in mind. That means for 25, that means male online observed is 25. Corresponding to that, expected is obtained by the corresponding row total 40 multiplied with corresponding column total 55. That divide with the entire class length, it is 80. That means 40 multiplied with 55, that divide with 80, so that you will get the expected count corresponding to this cell. That means 1 cell, that is nothing but male online. Similarly, we are going to get for male offline, female online, as well as female offline. Then once we get the expected counts, then give the observed range as well as expected range in that particular data analysis toolpack chi-square test. Then you will get the output just like the earlier. Otherwise, simply by go to any particular cell and by just entering this, that means equal CHISQ, that means chi-square dot test. By using the brackets, observed range, expected range, that means we already got expected values as well as observed values. Observed values are nothing but the given ones. Expected we got by using this, by providing their ranges, because we already got they're kept in a particular place. Then select that particular range and click on this, then you will get the output just like the previous. These are the two ways of getting the required one in Excel, either by using that toolpack or directly in a particular cell. Whatever empty cell you are having in that particular Excel sheet, simply by clicking equal, after that by using this keyword chi-square CHISQ dot test, within brackets provide the ranges corresponding to the observed as well as the expected. Then based on the obtained p-value, if the p-value is less than 0.05, then reject H0. If you are rejecting H0 means we are accepting H1. What is H1? H1 is nothing but there is an association between the given two, that given two categories, in the sense here the categories are, one is gender and another one is mode of teaching. Okay, likewise we are going to take a decision by using Excel. The same we can generate by using Minitab, but that screen is not visible to you people. That's what I am unable to show the output by using that one. While coming to the last one, whatever the first and second, that means t-test for unequal variances, and if the samples are dependent, then we opt paid. In all these two cases, there exists only two samples. If you are having more than two, we want to know, is there any difference among these? In that case, in general, we go for ANOVA, analysis of variance. Again, from that toolpack, by selecting ANOVA, because in this you people may get this here, ANOVA single factor, ANOVA two factor with replication, ANOVA two factor without replication. Here ANOVA single factor, because here we are having only one way data, group A, group B, group C. That's what by selecting ANOVA single factor in this, and you proceed just like the earlier. That means by providing the ranges of various variables as well as by providing level of significance, and after that by providing the output range, then click on OK, then you will get the output in similarness, so that you will get a p-value. Then based on that, we are going to take a decision. These are the steps for getting the output in Excel. Okay, now go through this table, whatever we discussed in previous slides. They are all kept in this one sample T. That means we are having only one sample, and that sample mean we want to compare with the population, whatever population we are having. If you want to compare that, in that case we go for one sample T test. Next, if you are having two samples and the population variance are unknown, then we go for two sample T. If they are independent, if they are dependent, then we go for paid T. That means dependent samples case. Next, if you want to know the association of categories, that means whenever we are dealing with categorical data or qualitative data, in that case we go for chi-square. Next, the last one is ANOVA. Whenever we want to know, is there any difference in class of means? That means more than 2. In that case, we go for this ANOVA. Whatever it may be, the thumb rule is this one only. As p-value, we know. In general, this p-value we get whenever we use any statistical tool. Then only we get p-value. Otherwise, we are using critical value approach. Critical value approach in the sense from the respective tables we are going to get the value. Then we are going to compare whatever value obtained in fourth step with that particular table value. If the calculated value, that means the test statistic value which is obtained in fourth step is less than the table value, then we accept null hypothesis, otherwise we reject. That is in the case of manual. Whereas in the case of any specialized statistical tool is used or software is used, then it always provides p-value. That we call it as a p-value approach. If in that case, if the p-value is less than the level of significance, it may be 5% or it may be 1% or it may be 10% according to your consideration, then we reject H0. If you are rejecting H0 means we are accepting H1. That means there is a significant difference. Here is a small quiz for whoever is attended for today's session. Go through is it visible to everyone?
Sir, it's visible.
Once everyone go through these 5 questions, whatever we discussed in today's session, from that you can easily answer these. Now go through the first one. What does p less than 0.05 mean? That means what is your decision as a p value is less than 0.05? Evidence supports H0 or evidence rejects H0?
The evidence supports H0, sir.
Supports H0.
P less than the level of significance. It rejects H0. That means it supports what? It supports
H1.
H1. Evidence supports H1. Next, coming to second one, which test compares average scores of 2 independent groups? If the observations are independent, then which one we are going to use? Independent t-test. If they are dependent, then we go for what? Paid.
Paired t-test.
Okay. Next, coming to the next one, which test is used to check association between two categorical variables? Is it ANOVA or chi-square?
Chi-square.
Chi-square. Next, coming to the next one, rejecting a true null hypothesis is called. That comes under which
Type-
error?
Type 2 error.
Which one, type 1 or type 2?
No, type 1 error.
Type 1 error. Rejecting null hypothesis, even though it is true, then it leads to it is correct, but we are rejecting that. That means which leads to an error. That error is nothing but type 1 error. Okay. Next, give one classroom application of hypothesis testing. To know, is there any difference in a class of students from first semester to second semester? Likewise, if you want to test or if you want to know, in that case, we go for hypothesis testing. Okay. Is it clear to everyone? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So that I am going to stop this session. Is anybody having doubts in this session?
I think some questions are there in chat box.
Participants, please feel free to raise your doubts or share your thoughts.
Pushpa ma'am, kindly unmute the participants, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Now unmute only.
Participants, is there any doubts or any questions regarding today's session? I think there is no doubt or questions.
I think one question in chat box, ma'am.
Yeah, what is that?
There is a question from Sita Raju. Is there any tool for sign test, you test?
Yeah. I hope in each and every tool it is available. If you want to use Minitab, it is very easy to get whatever your tests you want. Almost all tests are available in Minitab. I am using Minitab 16. By using that, I am going to get various results. Okay, if you want, you can use that particular.
Sir, one more question.
Yes.
From where we can learn more about data analysis? From Neha.
Excel is better, ma'am.
Yeah.
By using that Excel add-in, simply go to files and if you click on that, you will get options. If you click on options, then it will goes to some other menu. In that, choose an option, Excel add-ons. Then it will take to another that. In that, put tick marks whichever you want. In that, you will get data analysis. One tab, another one is data analysis VBA tool, another one is sharing, another one is computing, like that. Whichever want, you just check it, then automatically they are available. By using that particular data analysis tab, you can easily go through that. I hope you people understand how to follow step by step, because they are all user friendly. You can follow the step-by-step approach for getting the results. Excel is easy because Minitab not that much easy because it is not a freely available software.
Yeah. I think here are no more doubt.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir,
Okay,
for
thank you, ma'am, for
yeah,
giving this opportunity.
yeah, okay, sir, for the insightful talk on real life applications of hypothesis testing. Your insights into how hypothesis testing bridges theory with practical real world applications such as medicine, engineering, education, business, and also in the policy planning were truly inspiring and highly valuable for all of us. The examples you shared, along with the clear explanations, made complex concepts much easier to grasp and motivated us to apply these ideas in our own academic practices. We appreciate the time and effort you invested in preparing this talk and for sharing your expertise. Now, to conclude the today's session, I now invite Dr. Subhatra, Assistant Professor, Department of Mathematics, to deliver the vote of thanks. Subhatra, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, okay.
Good evening, everyone. A hypothesis is the seed from which that knowledge grows. On behalf of the Department of Mathematics, New Prince Shri Bhavani College of Engineering and Technology, it is my privilege to extend a heartfelt vote of thanks. First and foremost, I express our sincere gratitude to Dr. P. Mallikarjuna Rao for his insightful and thought-provoking session today. Sir, your expertise and valuable perspectives on innovative real-life applications of hypothesis testing have truly enriched us and opened new avenues for learning and research. Also, I would like to thank our respected chairman, vice chairman, director, principal, head of the Department of Science and Humanities, organizing committee members, coordinators, and my colleagues for their constant support and efforts in making this faculty development program a success. Finally, I thank all the participants for your active involvement and enthusiasm throughout today's session. With that, we conclude today's program. Thank you all.
Okay, thank you, ma'am. Participants, kindly turn on your video so that we can take the photo. Participants. Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, okay, thank you, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, sir. Nice presentation, sir.